Sarah's heart pounded like a drum. She stood behind the heavy stage curtain, gripping her cue card so tightly that her knuckles turned white. Her name had just been announced, and in a few moments, she would have to step onto the stage to deliver her speech. Her mind raced with fear. What if I forget my words? What if my voice shakes? What if everyone laughs at me? Her best friend, Mary, squeezed her hand. You've practiced so much, Sarah. You know this speech better than anyone. Just believe in yourself. Sarah forced a weak smile, but deep inside, she wasn't convinced. Public speaking had always been her greatest fear. She still remembered the time she had tried to answer a question in class, and her voice had trembled so badly that some students had snickered. Since then, she had convinced herself that she was just not good enough. She took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. Just then, she thought of her mother's words, spoken to her so many times before. My dear, the only thing stopping you from success is your own fear. If you believe in yourself, nothing is impossible. The real failure is giving up before even trying. The curtains drew back, and the bright stage lights blinded her for a second. She hesitated at the edge, her legs frozen in place. The auditorium was packed with students, teachers, and judges, all waiting for her to begin. I should just run back. I can't do this. But then, a small voice inside her whispered, You've worked so hard for this moment. Don't give up now. Summoning every bit of courage she had, Sarah stepped forward. She adjusted the microphone, took a deep breath, and began speaking. At first, her voice wavered. The first few words came out shaky. A ripple of nervousness ran through her, and for a brief second, she felt like she was about to fail. But then, something changed. She remembered all those hours she had spent practicing in front of the mirror. She remembered her mother's encouraging words, Mary's support, and the deep passion she had for the topic of her speech. She straightened her back, lifted her chin, and truly believed in herself. Her voice became steady. Her words flowed naturally. She looked up and saw the audience listening intently, some even nodding in agreement. The fear that had gripped her moments ago faded into the background. By the time she reached the final sentence, she felt invincible. She paused, took a deep breath, and delivered her last words with power and confidence. The auditorium was silent for a second, and then, an explosion of applause filled the hall. Sarah's eyes widened in shock. They were clapping for her. She looked over at Mary, who was beaming with pride. Her teachers smiled at her, and even the judges nodded in approval. As she stepped off the stage, a new realization washed over her: she had done it. Not just the speech, but something even greater. She had conquered her fear. And in that moment, she knew one thing for sure: believing in yourself is the first step to achieving anything. Self-doubt is the only thing that holds us back. True success begins when we take that first step with confidence. Believe in yourself, and nothing will be impossible.